guys, I want to take the opportunity to go over your cursive with you. How do we feel about our cursive writing so far? Let's see if you can send me some sort of a virtual thumbs up or a virtual thumbs down to let me know how you are doing with this and how you feel about it. Cursive may not be everyone's favorite subject to do, but it is an important skill to learn. When you have the ability to write fluently in cursive, it will give you the advantage when taking notes. Being able to write quickly and legibly is an important skill that will help you in future grades, especially when you move up into college. My first bit of advice for you is don't be afraid to write big while you are first learning. This will help you become familiar with the strokes and improve your motor memory. You guys have probably noticed that a lot of the letters are formed very similarly. That is because it allows us to connect the letters into words without picking up your pencil. So on our first lesson that you guys went through, this is our wave stroke. And this wave stroke will eventually turn into your letter I, your letter S, your letter R, and your letter T. So before you start with your letters, I hope that you had the opportunity to really practice this stroke. Now, before we get started, I would like to show you something too. We're going to start with a little bit of math here. When we write cursive, it's important to have our papers facing at an angle. Let's see if I can zoom out so you can see. So when I'm writing, if I'm right-handed, my paper I'm going to tip at about a 30 to a 45 degree angle to my side. If I'm left-handed, I'm going to turn it the opposite direction, but still keep that same angle in mind. This will allow you better control of your writing. I'm going to turn this back this way because Miss Deubler is right-handed. Now, as I'm writing, you want to keep your writing nice and fluid. So you're going to start on your bottom line and come up and just practice those wave strokes. And when I do capital letters or taller letters, we're going to want a larger wave stroke. Now, notice with my writing that my wave strokes are all tilted or slanted about the same direction in the same way. I'm not going all over the place. It's okay to write big, but try to keep them as uniform as you possibly can. And then when you start into your letters, you'll be able to keep them nice and uniform. So like in that video, it makes it easier for us to read that we went over earlier. Now with my S's, I'm going to make my belly nice and wide, continuing that wave stroke. My R's will be the same way, but these waves are getting a little bit more rough. And my letter T's, again, we're going to go all the way up. There I want a little wide. The goal with cursive is to have to lift your pen up the least amount of times as possible. Slow and steady wins the race. Learning cursive is hard work. It requires a lot of muscle memory and fine motor skills. Focus on the correct letter formation and your neatness will improve with practice. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me.